So we've completed the plumbing on our koi pond filtration system. We've added a couple of air pumps to the system. This one is going to the bottom drain circuit where the bubbles can come up from the bottom of the pond. We've also added this air pump back here, and that's going to go over to the waterfall filter, and that'll keep the moving bed in motion like that. Now, because we have the bypass here, this one goes to the waterfall. It's in the off mode, but this one goes over to the waterfall filter, to the UV, and then back to the pond. I want to give you an update on the fish. Because of filming, we're already in the 18th week of building this koi pond. Ordinarily, a project this size would take us 7 to 10 days to complete. Now, for the safety of the fish and for the sanity of Rosemary, we've done something a little bit out of the ordinary. We've taken the koi and we've put them into the pond because our koi pond filtration system is operational. Now, this is not something I would ordinarily recommend that you do, but because of the situation, that's what we decided to take on. Now, it poses a challenge because now I have to build the waterfall with the fish already in the pond, but we felt that was the necessary step. Next thing I'm going to do right now is I'm going to backfill this trench, and then we'll move right along.
Yeah, but this is not doing what it should be. Spinning around, but she might be wrong. Did I shove that thing down too far, maybe? Oh, the blue thing? It's not in the
Okay, easy, easy, easy. Rest right there. Okay, you ready? Now we're gonna come in, follow my lead. I'm gonna pull us in this way. Yeah. You ready? Okay, hold on right there, hold on. Okay, you ready? I'm coming in like this. I'm gonna pull it in just like that. You ready? Okay, wait. I'm still up. It's gotta go that way. Oh, there it is. We have the deck in its final location. We have it cantilevered over the pond just enough to where Rosemary and her guests can sit at the edge of the deck and hang the feet into the pond. We just put some simple concrete footing blocks attached to the bottom of the deck, and we put it into location, dug out the holes, placed it in there, and backfilled it so it's nice and sturdy. I do have a couple of blocks that I had set up on the inside of the pond just as a landing pad, and now that we have it in final position, I can pull those blocks out and integrate just a perfect size rock on the inside. I want you to pay attention to the water lettuce that we have floating around in the pond. Now, the reason it's in here is because when we had our holding facility for the koi on the patio, we threw the water lettuce in there to aid in filtration in the small pond and to give them a little bit of shelter and also give them something to nibble on. They nibble on these roots. And in this pond environment, it's not going to work really well. If you'll notice, I had to put this piece of bamboo in front of the skimmer, otherwise all the lettuce would be pulled and sucked right into the skimmer. The cool thing about this is the lettuce that's floating around the pond is actually doing the swirling pattern, so it gives you a good idea of how the water is moving. Now, we do have 100% of the flow coming through the whole system through the return jet, so it's a little exaggerated right now. Once we complete the waterfall construction and we send 2/3 of that water into the waterfall, it won't be so dramatic and you won't see the swirling effect as much, but this is a good exercise to show you how the currents are moving in our pond. wanted to take a second and give you an orientation to show you where we're at in the pond project. We've come a long way, but we still have a lot of work to do. We have all of our edge treatment to do around the sides of the pond where we hide the liner, and we're going to show you some tips and tricks how to do that. We have to do our rock work beneath this deck now that we have positioned right where we want it. And since we're doing a dedicated koi pond, there's really no room for aquatic plants. But I did promise Rosemary we'd make one small section behind these large boulders here, where we'll have a spot for some bog plants and some marginal plants as well. We still have the waterfall construction to do, which is always a lot of fun. And we're going to show you how we're going to take some of these rocks and we're going to push them into the landscape. So when you come into the property and you see the pond, you don't just see rock around the pond, but you see the rock push into the landscape, and it helps make the pond look like it blends into the landscape like it's always been there. We still have to do a small little spot around the filter room where we hide the filters, and then we're going to clean up our mess, and we're going to put some terrestrial plants around everything to make it look like it's always been here.